Mental math strategies for adding numbers. The first strategy would be friendly numbers. In friendly numbers, you're trying to find a way to get yourselves two groups of tens or hundreds or even thousands to be able to mentally add two numbers together. So if I'm looking at 12 plus 16, I have a pile of 12 here and a pile of 16. And while many of us could add 12 and 16 to demonstrate this strategy, one of the things I could do is I could take these two and I could move them over here. So I'm not losing them, I'm not gaining them, I'm just moving them. So now I only have 10 on this pile, but now I have 18 over here. So what did I do? I subtracted 2 and I added 2. So now my problem really is 10 plus 18, which is 28. Let's take a look at a little bit more difficult problem. How about 83 plus 66? Now I notice 83 is very close to 80. So if I were to subtract 3, I would get 80. Well, I have to put those 3 somewhere. I can't just lose them. So I'm going to just move them over to the 66, which makes 69. And now I just need to add 80 and 69. Well, since 8 and 6 is 14, that would be 149. If I see 58 plus 34, well, I see 58 is close to 60. So what if I add 2 to 58? Well, I have to get them from somewhere. So I'm going to subtract 2 from 34, and I get 60 plus 32, which is 92. Growing our numbers a little bit more, what if I had 192 plus 139? So one strategy might be to add 1 to 139 and get 140, and subtract 1 from 192 to get 191. And now add 191 plus 140. Now, I know I'm going to go into the 200s, but look, I have 90 and 40, which means I'm actually going to go to 331. Now, while this is not a bad strategy, I actually have a different suggestion. What if I were to add 8 to 192? That makes 200. I subtract 8 from 139 to make 131, which gets me my 331 a different way. So for many of us, this would be actually easier. So when we're looking at strategies, we're going to want to look for the best strategy. Now, if I'm looking at 275 plus 345, well, I see they're both pretty close to, like, let's say 280 or 350. But what might be easier is, what if I were to add 25 and jump all the way up to 300? Well, I have to get that by subtracting 25, which takes me back down to 320, which would give me a total of 620. And growing our numbers even more. So 2,116 plus 742. Well, 2,116, if I subtract 16, I'm going to get a nice friendly number. And my friendly number is going to be 2,100. That means I need to add 16 to 742, which takes us all the way up to 758. And now I can see this one's going to be fairly easy to add, 2,858. Getting even larger, 18,945 plus 1,273. So 945 is looking pretty close to that next 1,000 actually. So if I were to add 55, I'm going to jump all the way up to 19,000. That means I need to subtract 55 from 73. For some of us, that might be a little bit more difficult. My suggestion is subtract 50, which takes us to 23. And then take 3 away, which would take us to 20, and then 2 more, which takes us finally to 1,218, and now this becomes 20,218.